Question here talks about transformations. The first part says the diagram shows a transformation of triangle A to triangle B. Fully describe a possible transformation of triangle A to triangle B. If I'm looking at that shape there, okay, you can see it is being flipped over. So if you're flipping it over, it means it's a reflection. But you've got to see where is the reflection line. Okay, there are 1, 2, 3, 4 squares between the two numbers. So the reflection line would be halfway. Half of 4 is 2, so the reflection line would be at this point. And then because it's a line going straight across through y, we would say it's a reflection in the line that is called, because it's going straight across through y, is called y equals 1. So it's a reflection in the line y equals 1. Part B asks us to rotate the triangle 90 degrees about the origin, clockwise direction. So what you need to do, you're rotating triangle A. Triangle A is my top triangle. So what you do, the origin means the center point O. To rotate it 90 degrees, you put your pen on O and you turn it a quarter of a turn, because 90 degrees is a quarter of a turn. Once your sheet is on the axis is covered and is facing at 90 degrees to where it started, you can then see where your shape goes, okay? So it's across 3, up 2 is your first point. So it was across 3, up 2. The next point was across 3, up 6. And your final point was across 6, up 4. Okay, and that shape has been rotated 90 degrees, and it says label clockwise about the origin. Label your answer C. Right, to draw an enlargement, you've got to draw every side that many times bigger. Okay, so this one, every side in there is going to be twice as big. It doesn't give you a center point of enlargement, so you can start it anywhere, but you've got to think which point you're going to start from. If I'm going to start from this top left point, because my shape is going to come down here, I'm going to use that as my starting point, and every length is going to be twice as long. Because the first length is going across 1, it will now be across 2 squares. I'm going to do the straight down one next, because that's easy because it's straight down. Instead of going down 2, 2 times 2 is 4. So I'm now going to go down 4. The last point is the most difficult at all. So you go in down 2 and across 3. So because it's down 2 and across 3, you now got to double that. So you're going down 4 and across 6. So I'm going down 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and across 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So my final point is here. I can check the last one, because the last one from there to the top is going up 1, 2, 3, 4, and to the left 2. So because it's going up 4 and to the left 2, if I'm going to double that, it'd be up 8 and to the left 4. Let's see if that takes us back to the point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then to the left 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. And that's how you draw an enlargement. Question 15. Sophie's going on holidays and she travels a distance of 35 miles in 2 hours 30 minutes. When you do an average speed, there's a formula you need to know. Speed is distance over time, because you're covering up the speed and you want to do distance divided by time. So to work out the average speed, it's the distance travelled, which in this case is 35, divided by the time. You've got to be careful. It's a non-calculator paper, and 30 minutes is half an hour, because it's half of 60. So you're dividing it by 2.5. You're doing 30 divided by 2.5. I would probably count up and I would say, right, I'm starting with 2.5 hours. So I know 10 lots, okay, of 2.5 hours would be 10 lots of 2.5 becomes 25, but I need to get it up to 35. So I need to go up another 10. So because 1 would be 2.5, 2 would be 5, 3 would be 7.5, and 4 would be 10, I need to go up another 4 to make it 35. So 14 lots of 2.5 equals 35. So the answer to that question is 14 miles per hour. Right, Sophie's luggage weighs 22 pounds. In terms of converted to kilograms, 1 kilogram is equal to 2.2 pounds, which means, because you're doing 20, to work out how many kilos this is going to be, you're doing 22 divided by 2.2, and hopefully you realize that that is 10 kilograms, because 10 2.2s make 22. Right, a time question. Sophie is due to fly from Glasgow to San Francisco. Right, she's obviously going to depart Glasgow. Right, she arrives at Glasgow Airport at 13:40. So that's the time she gets at Glasgow Airport, and she's got to wait 4 hours 25. So she gets to Glasgow Airport at 13:40, and she waits 4 hours 25. Which means, if I add on the 25 minutes first, okay, 25 minutes add 40 would take me, 20 minutes would take it up to 2 o'clock, add the extra 5 minutes takes it to 2:05. So that bit there would take it to 14:05. I've got another 4 hours now to wait. So the 4 hours would be 15:05, 16:05, 17:05, 18:05. So she's departing Glasgow at 18:05. It takes 13 hours to arrive, to fly from Glasgow to San Francisco. So that means if I add 13 hours on in Glasgow time, 12 hours would be half a day. So 12 hours would take her to 6:05 a.m. And because she left on Wednesday, this becomes Thursday morning. Plus the extra hour, because it's 13 hours, takes her to 7:05 a.m. That's what time she gets to San Francisco in terms of Glasgow time. She knows that Glasgow is 8 hours ahead of San Francisco. So that means now, because Glasgow is ahead, you've got to take the 8 hours away, because you're taking 8 hours away because San Francisco is behind. So if I'm taking 8 hours off that time, 7 would take it back to 00:05, just after midnight, and you've got the extra hour, which would then take it to 11:05 p.m., which written in 24-hour clock is 23:05, and that's back the day before. So she gets there on a Wednesday at 23:05.